Hey guys, I'm got a map here in the plot book. I was gonna give you a point of reference here. Where my ink pen? Right here, this bend. I believe they call this the Great Horseshoe Bend. It might just be called the Horseshoe Bend now, but this is actually it's on the Ohio River. This is actually almost exactly halfway in the middle between the beginning and the end of the Ohio River. Is this big bend is. And then right here, here's that river, and here's the Wyandotte Cave where the Indiana Hornstone, Harrison Flint, Wyandotte Church comes from, or Wyandotte Flint and Indiana Harrison Church, and Indiana Greenstone comes from. And you know, it's rare. It only comes from here, and they've spotted that flint up to 250 miles away. It was at Fort Ancient or by Rock Custo and some other places. Now, over in here on the other side of Leavenworth, I'm not real for sure. They don't really show the rock, but there's a big rock face here. I'm gonna go check that out here in a minute. I'll probably put that in another video because that's related to my Indiana Mount Rushmore video. This is I think I found another spot with face carving, Indian face carvings on the rock, and I believe it might even be a big buffalo head carved on it. But also right here where the Blue River comes in is dam 44, dam number 44. It's not in use anymore because what I believe they did was, when the Blue River, this is called the Great Blue River, and the Indians called it the Holy River or Mystical River. It had many names, and it was huge. And I believe that Blue River went all the way up to Lake Michigan at one time, because it rides the escarpment, but also the valley is so deep and wide with the little river. The river's not really that little anymore, or big. But what happened whenever when the asteroid hit over Indiana and Ohio, and it melted the glacier quick, it was like main drain, pulled the cork out of the sink. And also a lot of places I've been showing you is up here at Milltown. This is where my mom's from Milltown, and this is the home of the Indiana's only curved, I'm shaking, my hand's shaking, Indiana's only curved, inclined, all concrete bridge. And that was on the Indiana State seal forever. You know, when you get your your registration and all that stuff. I ain't sure if it's still on there or not, but they just redid that bridge. Made a big stink over it because they said new technology couldn't make a curved incline bridge, even though they built the original one back in like probably the 30s or 50s or something like that. And my mom, she's actually up here at this other one. This is called Horseshoe Bend, also on the Blue River. And this is right around where Clark's Ford is. You see the horse there. That's where the William Henry Harrison went to Vincennes on the way. He kind of come across here, and then they say he went up into Washington, but that's up for debate, because they would have traveled up to go across the ridges, because the ridges go up and down. They would have went up and down the easiest way. They wouldn't went straight across the damn ridge, straight up the hill. Anyway, what I was saying, whenever they had the dam down here at the bottom, dam 44, well, see, they took it out, because what they did was at the Blue River, like I said, I believe it went almost up to the Lake Michigan, but they cut it off up there, and they made 5 lakes above us. There's 5 big lakes: Lake Monroe, Lake Delaney. There's 5 lakes right above Blue River. And they cut all of our water off for erosion. They didn't want us to erode us out, because we're the erosion. They didn't want to reveal anything. They didn't want to find a Fort Ancient over here. But and then after they put the lakes up, and that's when they took the dam out. My old biology teacher, he's retired, but he used to work there when he was a kid at the dam down here. And also we got I live over here. I moved over here to Marengo, and this here little dotted line, that's probably train tracks. That's also Whiskey Run, where I was at the cave the other day, is right over here. And then I live like right in this little spot here, and I don't know why they got effing emu birds right there, but yeah, I live like right in here probably. And there's Marengo Cave. It's only 4 miles long, but it's got I think it's the United States is not Carlsbad good, but it's got some really nice. I know it's definitely the state's best features probably for formations. But after I get done here today, which is getting long just to intro this, I plan on taking you guys down to Hemlock Cliffs. I was down there a while back, but I didn't get to film. It started raining real bad, and DOT was checking me out, or the conservation officer, I mean, he was checking me out. And also up here at Yellow Birch, I'd like to get to Yellow Birch and check it out. There ain't much there. I don't even think there's a pull off there, but there's a tree that only grows in Indiana. At Hemlock Cliffs is the hemlock pine, and it only grows in that one spot in the whole damn state. And up here at Yellow Birch, we have a, I think it's a yellow aspen, or could be a yellow birch, man. That's why it's called yellow birch, but it only grows right there. That's kind of weird. But they had some reading over here. I was going to read it to you. Crawford County expands from the shores of the Ohio at the town of Leavenworth, that's where we're at, to the shores of Patoka Lake at the towns of Whitcliffe and Tazewell, which Patoka Lake is formed by Patoka River, which they blocked off and flooded thousands of homes. Thousands of acres of the county, state, and federal forests create a haven for the naturalist who can't pick up a rock or anything. Not even your lost change out of your pocket or your car keys that just fell out in the parking lot. You can get 5 years for picking your car keys up, even if you just drop them. Nature's got to take its course, they say. But I'm going to take my course right there in their lobby if they don't straighten their ass up. You know when the movement hits you. They probably locked me up forever for that. Near Leavenworth, you enter the Crawford Harrison State Forest, which includes the Wyandotte Cave, Wyandotte Woods Recreation Area, which they don't maintain. They blocked off Wyandotte Creek. I think it's actually called Sharps Creek, that comes out of the cave and made a pond, lake. It's so nasty. They need to take a boat motor and just chew that stuff up. Alright, between Sulphur and Inglis stands the Hoosier National Forest, containing, now here's what I was going to read, Hemlock Cliffs Geological Area, which is a perfect spot for hiking enthusiasts, which it's not handicap accessible, and they don't have bathrooms. And archaeological digs at the Hemlock Cliffs have shown evidence of occupancy as far back as 10,000 years ago. It is believed that cave-like rock shelters were used by the prehistoric Indians. And at Yellow Birch Nature Preserve near Tazewell, you will find natural rock bridges formed hundreds of years ago. Natural hundreds of years ago. Well, excuse me. What are they saying? Indiana was formed in 1816. What are they saying? That's when they founded the state of Indiana, and then they made a rock bridge for us to look in. But yeah, I just want to give you guys a little intro here. I'm going to show you the boat ramp, and I'm going to show you the dam house real quick if I got time. I don't know what. I'm at 9 minutes. I better hurry. It's going to be short after this, folks. Alright, I'm going to make it a little short and quick. Here's the boat ramp at Loxton Dam number 44 on the Ohio River at the Great Horseshoe Bend, which is almost exact middle of the Ohio River. And this right here is the Blue River coming in. That's the Great Blue River coming in right here. And supposedly there's what's called the big Blue River Islands out there, but you can't see it. Also, I have some Civil War stories I'd like to tell you guys too. You guys got to remind me to tell you guys the Civil War stories about this area right here, where they come out there and made all them Confederate soldiers. I think it was like 2,500 of them throw their guns in the river They made them throw their guns in the river. Like 2,500 Confederate soldiers. But I was making their video for that, and I'll explain the details. I was going to show you, I'm on the way to the big pump house over there. But this is the, I guess the approachment or whatever to the road here. This is really old. This is a lot older than this boat ramp was even thought of. I'm pretty sure of it. But yeah, I just want to show you guys that stone wall. And it's over there. Leavenworth is like the very first major town. I think it was the county seat whenever Crawford County became Crawford County in 1816. But I'll have to tell you guys that story too, how they made Crawford County, and how we sent more Civil War. We're the smallest county in the state, and we sent more Civil War soldiers than all the other counties combined in Indiana, if I remember reading it right. I forget how many it was. I mean, it might have been, I think it seemed like around 25,000, but that might be 25,000 deaths. I cannot remember right off the top of my head. It's been a while since I read the article. But yeah, we'll go over here. There ain't much here. It's this building. It's all fenced off. And, you know, everybody's been having the floods here. So, you know, we had the flood here too. So yeah, we'll just give it a peek here. We'll just give her a little peek. Alright, we'll walk on up here. This ain't super old, but you know, I was in the area making my videos, so I figured I'd go ahead and show you the federal waste or the state waste. That's how they are. Build nice shit. Look at the, and then they just leave it for nothing. You know, when it's flooded, it didn't even get in the building. You know, it got down in the basement part. But, you know, here. I got it all fenced off, but I'm gonna pause it here. It's a bluff, dude. Look, I seen these here. I seen that, and I thought, man, there's a coin laying there. I thought it was a damn clad quarter or something. Bluff. A concrete stud. And the fence tore out. I don't know. I think they took the steps down. Oh man, look at this boiler. Big boiler system. I don't know what the hell they needed a boiler for. I guess to heat the building. And they do have steps. I'm running out of time. I'm going to have to edit my dang video. Look at the shroom. Oh yeah, look at this. Look at that. The big 2-piston job. Heck, that's probably that looks about like a 30-horse electric motor probably went on there. But it might have been bigger than that. I don't know if I can see the date. I can't see nothing. How about that? I even left the tank. See if I can get to the right window here. Oh, we do have a find. Without the metal detector, I can get 5 years picking that up. Alright, here's that was the steps that led down to the dam, I do believe. I think I've seen pictures of guys that could actually walk the top of the dam. And I don't know if we can see it on the other side of the river or not. Oh, that's steps here. I think I may see it way over there. Way over there. See if I can lean against the wall here. Hang on. Sorry, don't get motion sickness on me. I believe that's the part of the dam way over there. That's making me sick. And well guys, I'm out of time on this one. So wait. I got 20 seconds. I can edit it out. I found a third story. Found a